get started on this stripe, here's some of the supplies you will probably need, including a heat gun. Sometimes you may need a heat gun at the very end. But you're going to have Johnson Baby shampoo, alcohol, your microfiber towels so that it doesn't leave lint. If you need a little initial cleaning, it doesn't hurt to have some shop towels to get anything on the hood prior to prepping it. A ruler if you need to check on the margins on either side of the stripe. I always keep a stripe knife handy, not that you will need to use it on this particular stripe. Sharp pair of scissors, and this is a little straight pin that will only be used if you have a trapped bubble that you can't get out. So this is 22 ounces of water. You can use distilled water. Sometimes it even calls for that. If the instructions come with the stripe, definitely do that. But like today, it did not come with instructions, but I've done enough of these that I have a pretty good floating solution. You can buy Wrap Attack. I'm sure Amazon has places you can buy it. I'm sure if you Googled it. So what I'm going to do is sort of show you how much I would add by sight. And I would give it a little squirt like that. I'm not sure how the alcohol wasn't wanting to come out in a little clean shot, but let's see. There we go. I just add that little bit of alcohol. That's just a little bit of a drying agent because you don't want it too soapy and you don't want it too tacky, as in so much alcohol that it dries too fast. When you get a factory stripe, it will arrive in a package like you see leaning against the wall, and it will be taped securely. Sometimes the stripes will come with instructions, other times they do not, or they come with instructions for a different stripe kit than what they sent. You know if it requires a wet install by the back of the vinyl. If it is slick on the back, it's usually a wet install, but always double check instructions if you have them. If not, you might need to Google that or go through your dealer. If there is a texture to the back of your stripe and you take the backing off, that generally means it's a dry install, meaning that there's little air channels in there and you would not use a floating solution. So you're gently going to take these pieces of tape off up through here, as you'll see. There's several of them, but be gentle because you can actually tear into the stripe itself. Also, just be cautious about swinging this around on the hood because there could be grit on the back of it. In fact, before I put a decal on, I usually turn it to this side and take a dry, lint-free rag and just kind of wipe over the back so that when I'm dry fitting it, I am not going to get any grit back on it. Okay, so the way they've got this particular one done, because I did a 22 Corvette about a week ago, and the pre-mask was different. It was from the factory, which you could see through it, and it had a lot of overlap. This one is actually right. It's designed to go, the edge of it to go right here. Now, the most difficult part after you place it and you're going to mark it, you're going to mark it with, this is a China marker, that's what some places call it, and then the old term is like a grease pencil because it will wipe off. You're going to go ahead and make your marks so that as you're applying it, it may want to scoot one way or the other or work its way out of position a little bit, and you will be unaware of it. If you have these marks, you will see as you advance that you need to work with it and put it in the right position. Notice the wrinkles down at the bottom. That's what's going to make this a very difficult stripe. We're working against gravity and the vinyl being very flat. right here. You'll see this pops back up here. So we're going to work from the depression area up, and we're going to start at this top area.
Service 701, service 701.
I'm going to pull the top part back, expose the back of the vinyl, and cut away part of the backing. Okay, I'm going to cut right here across, take my fingers, get off any lint when I cut it, do away with that, and then lay this to the side. Then I will start spritzing my floating solution. As you see, I'm going to hold this up as I work, okay? And I'm going to go side to side. And what I did is went ahead and rolled this part of the backing down to help it hold up. If you leave it too long where you've cut it, that backing will get wet and leave fuzz. Okay, what we're really after is getting all the liquid out of that gully, that depression in there. When you get to this edge, gravity is going to help take some of this liquid out. So basically make your strokes up and over this a little bit. You can go back and work with this. And I'm also putting floating solution on the top. That helps you to be able to work with it too. So keep the back wet, keep the front wet. The back, and when I say the back of the vinyl and the vehicle itself.